All right, let's get into it. Kia ora whānau, and welcome, of course, to this tutorial about Korero Tahi. It's really important to update you on Korero Tahi because, as you would have discovered underneath this wānanga, or this noho that we've called Whakariterite, you would have discovered through the research and the information that we know through Te Korowai Aroha Aotearoa. It may be different with different iwis, different hapu, that there are 70 atua or 70 deity that we have been working with. What you would have discovered through Whakariterite is that atua like Tangaroa, Tawhiri Mātea, Uru Te Ngangana being the firstborn, and a range of other atua are actually featured quite high up in terms of the tuakana teina capacity. And so you will see that this atua called Tane actually appears somewhere down the line. Almost, I think he's third to last in terms of the sibling categories. And so this wāhanga of Korero Tahi by Tane, this is really to bring into question the overall matua whāinga, which is the objective, the overriding objective is ko te mana o Tane, ko te whakarongo. So Tane's power and Tane's mana wasn't the ability that he was able to separate his parents and lie on his back and push them apart. It was more importantly that he was able to facilitate a process called Korero Tahi. And he went around, and we did that when we did the atua kōrero. And so it's about the ability to use what we call Māori strategies for resolving conflict. We use the Korero Tahi process because we believe the Korero Tahi process came from Tane. The Korero Tahi process informs our marae, our paipai. One person talks at a time, one person karangas at a time. Anything to do with that kind of communication when it comes to oratory is really focused around one person at a time. That's about respect, that's about whakaiti. So these are our strategies for resolving conflict. It's around being quiet, not being dominant in kōrero, but kia wahangu, kai titiro, taringa whakarongo, koina. Those are our strategies. And so this tutorial is just really to articulate and to promote te atua or te Korero Tahi process. It is Tane. As you will see in the Korero Tahi process that we've given you in your books, and if you turn to your books, you can find these. There's a page there that talks directly to Korero Tahi. You can take the opportunity, it's on page 74 of your green books. It's really important that you're able to explain the kawa for the Korero Tahi process, how it's going to roll. One of those processes, everybody talks at one at a time. It's important to identify what is the take, lay it down at the beginning, what is the issue? And those who are pertinent to the issues being present, well, that's going to be an important part. And sometimes in the Korero Tahi process, it could go once, right around, could go twice, could go 3 times. And so Korero Tahi, it pays that you put some kind of indication so that people can sort of indicate that they're finished speaking. What you want to get away from is that everyone talking at the same time business. So you might say, I'll say kia ora when you're finished so that we know you're finished. And if they say they want to pass, well, you just say haere tonu, keep it going. Because they might want to talk on the next row. Sometimes people need time to listen to taringa whakarongo. Because the power and the ability to listen, that is the power of Tane. Hey, you have that power too. Not this. Talking doesn't mean much. It's not as powerful as this. Because this will make this. This will talk to this, and then this. This is usually the last part. And in that ability to reflect, there's the resolution. The ability to reflect, articulate accurately, and to hear what really is the issue and whose issue does it belong to. Don't make other people's issue your issue. That is Korero Tahi. And I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial here for you. Kia ora tahi.